Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Don Puno, and I will be your host for today. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our 11th industry panel discussion on Leading Ladies in Logistics, brought to you by RW Solutions. RW Solutions is headquartered in Hong Kong and currently has 8 freight forwarding networks that are into industry niches. RW networks are very much focused on handling capabilities of forwarders from pharma, perishables, NVOCC, and FCL, to geographic interests like Africa, the Middle East, and Latin America. By having specialized groups, members engage in more meaningful business exchanges with more qualified networking across their various brands. At present, we have over 1,000 members from 100 countries under the RW umbrella. All of our panel speakers for today are coming from various RW networks. Today's program will last about 1 hour. And at this time, we would like to open up the microphone to our audience to get to know all of you a little bit better so that our speakers can understand who their audience is and kind of relate to you guys a little bit better. So in this segment, you will be called out. So please don't forget to unmute your microphone and introduce yourself by mentioning which company and country you're from, maybe what time it is where you are, and why you're excited to be a part of this panel discussion today. All right, so let's go around the room. Let's start with Egemen Chukurova. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you. How are you too?
Yeah, good. What are you hoping to learn today, and where are you joining us from?
This subject is I'm interested about what's meaning of success. What's meaning of successful? Actually, today, in my opinion, only women talk about what's meaning of leading woman. Maybe it's a little bit ridiculous if I explain leading woman as a man, but I am the side of this conversations a little bit philosophic side. What's meaning of successful? Just like that. By the way, I am Egemen Chukurova from Bovline Logistic Company from Turkey, and the time 11 a.m.
Okay, great.
Nice
well, thank you for your input, and thank you for joining us all the way from Turkey. All right, let's move around the virtual room and let's call on, let's see. Let's see who's, okay, I'm gonna, even if your camera's off, I'll still be calling on you, hopefully. Can we talk to Esmond Tam? Are you there? Okay, maybe not there right this second. Let's just go on to Dalip Pandita. If you can unmute your microphone, please, and tell us where you're joining us from today.
Hello everyone. I'm joining you from India, New Delhi. And my company name is A&S Global Freight Solutions. We are into air and ocean freight business and custom brokerage.
Okay, excellent.
I'm really excited for today's session about the leading ladies in logistics. Of course, the women power. And we do have some ladies also working with us. And we look forward to much more contributions from the panel here. That's what the purpose is. And to learn something new. That's it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for your
input. Thank you.
And let's try to go to one more person. Let's try to talk to Melvin. Melvin, are you there? Okay, let's try one more person then. How about Yasir Aftab?
Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Yasir Aftab from Portline Shipping Logistics, Pakistan. We are basically IATA freight forwarder, and we are doing the good business in air and sea, both in export and import. So, if you have any queries, then you can share it. We have been working in this market from the last 2 decades, 20 years, and we are also the member of WCA and PPL as well.
And what type of insight are you looking to learn from today's panel discussion?
I just joined it. Might be possible it will be beneficial for me. That's why I joined it.
Right. Yes, networking is networking, I suppose, and that's how we do this here. In
I just give it a small introduction about my company, but I just joined it. Might be possible it will become the beneficial for in the future for me.
Okay, great. Hopefully we can connect you to who you need to be connected to today. All right, so thank you very much. It was interesting to get to know some of you guys out there. Now it's time for me to introduce to you our panel speakers for today. I want to apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce any of your names, but here we go. First, we have Andrea Cifuentes Chalara from Mexico City. She is the office manager of Tavi Logistics. Next, we have Monica Chang, overseas network manager of IFS Peru. Next, we have Aneta Suk, managing partner of Independent Logistics from Poland. Next, we have Orit Horn, president of ILE Global LLC from the United States. Next, we have Aika Turkantos, general manager of SeaWorld Shipping from Turkey. Now we have Ultra Kosyarapanant, global partner coordinator of Sonic Interfreight Public Company Limited from Thailand. And lastly, we have Sun Mi Sin, branch manager of KPL Vietnam from Vietnam. All right, so today our main topic is leading ladies in logistics. Now, before we proceed, may I request you to switch into the side-by-side speaker screen. We have prepared 4 questions for this topic, and we will ask each one of you individually. So let me start with the first question. How did you land a career in freight forwarding? We'll start right at the top with you, Andrea.
Hey, good evening, everyone. For me, it's 2 a.m. here in Mexico, so almost good morning.
Good morning.
Very excited to be here. Very happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation, and especially very happy for the colleagues, very excellent women I'm joining the panel with. I know personally each one of them, and I know the kind of excellent people they are, excellent women. So very good choices. So for me, it was kind of easy, I would say, because I studied international business in the university in Colombia. I was born in Colombia, so I studied there international business. Then I started my internship directly in logistics, working for a Miami-based company. And after 3 years and a half working for them, the main trade I was working for was between the United States and Chile. So one of my agents in Chile asked me to move to Chile to manage the company there. And that's how actually it started for me. And I just, never changed.
Never looked back.
To any other area. I just fall in love with logistics, and it's difficult to leave this kind of job that makes you passionate. So that's how I started.
Great, thanks for that. Let's go to Monica. Monica, how did you get started?
Hi, how are you? Here it's 3 a.m. So it is also very early. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with this wonderful woman also. I believe the same as Andrea. This is very nice panel, very impressive woman. Well, I started, I was not planning freight forwarding for sure. I studied industrial engineering. I was in love with the textile industry. I've been working first with my dad when I was 15. And then, of course, my dad was telling me, you should do this because you have to do it. So it was a little bit complicated to just learn if he was like this. So I worked for another company. But the situation was that Peru signed a free trade agreement with China. Fast fashion was growing a lot. And my father is a wise man. So he told me, look for another industry. And the opportunity popped. And I decided, why not? I will do something completely different. And 10 years later, I'm here. So
excellent. A happy ending on how to adapt properly, I suppose, to changing times.
For sure. You need to be flexible.
Right. Okay. Thanks for that, Monica. How about you, Aneta? How did you get into this business?
Hello, everyone from Poland. Here is only 10 a.m. So I'm in the better situation than my colleagues. So I started my freight forwarding adventure when I was 20 years old, and it was my first job. I used to work for Hellman in a road operation department, and I have to say I loved the job from the very first moment. I felt like my job was very important because of a crucial logistic chain. Then I moved to air freight department, sea freight department, sales department. And after 20 years, I'm still here enjoying freight forwarding and every day learning something new.
All right, excellent. So always been in the business and always learning something new. That's
yes.
That's the industry, so I hear. All right, let's hear from Orit. Hello, Orit. How are you? If you could just unmute your microphone, please, so we can hear you. Still not quite unmuted. Here. Just the audio button, I think. Okay, if you're looking at the Zoom window, it should be the one that looks like a microphone on your bottom left. Well, that's your camera coming off, but not your microphone. Why don't we, I'll give you a second to go ahead and figure that out. I'll come back to you in just a minute. We'll just go ahead and go to Aika, and then we'll come right back to you. Hopefully you've figured out how to unmute by then. All right, Aika, how did you get started in the business?
First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. The pronunciation of my name is Ayça, is a little bit different because I don't have this sign in English.
Okay, so, my apologies. Ayça,
no problem. I'm used to it. Just I want to correct. So
sure.
Actually, how I learned is a long story, but as a short, I born in logistics because I am coming from a family. My father is in the logistics sector since I was born. And he used to be the manager of a tanker company, and then he took over. When I was 2 years old, he opened his own company. And while I was growing, actually, I saw that he is working that much. I couldn't see my father. You know, he's like, you know, traveling so much. So and then at the end, I end up in universities, finishing in economics. But after I finished my university, I decided to go to UK and want to make some other educational things, other universities, etc. But then one day, my mother come with me and with the wet eyes and everything, and say, okay, you know, you are the only child of the family and your father gives so much effort bringing the company. Of course, it's your life, it's your decision, but here is your chance and you are just pushing it away. And of course, we respect you, but it's your decision. After a long conversation, and I decided to stay in the company. And I started to work with them. And after 1 year, I'm speaking too much. I'm a lady, and
Don't worry about that. No
I
problem.
started to make comments because at that time we used to have two companies in the logistics sector, and one of them is the shipping line, Balkan and Plexi, Bulkon line, and I used to work there. And if you work, you see things, this is wrong, this is right. And I was telling to my father, your manager did this, this is not right. I was criticizing. And at the end, he said, okay, young lady, you know everything, right? I said, no, but I know, I see. And then he kicked me out from the company.
Oh, wow.
and he said, okay, you know everything. Here is a company to you. It's a freight forwarder called just 1 year. I don't have any experience, much, nothing, no. And I end up having a freight forwarding company with 1 year experience and nothing at all.
Wow.
So I don't know how many days I returned home by crying. I didn't know what to do because I don't know where to start, what to do. But now this year we will celebrate our 19th year in the sector as freight forwarding part. And I think I did it well during this time. And after that, of course, we joined the company. Now we are 4 companies together. I'm still together with my father, but he has much more respect and he left everything to me. He is now just coming and controlling. So actually, this is how I end up in logistics. I love my job. I'm thankful to my family that they push me in this way, because if I was end up in economics, especially in a country like in Turkey, most probably I will be in deep depression as an economist. But here it's okay, and 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 the most wonderful thing is actually traveling, knowing new people, and I love my sector. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. That sounds like you had quite the trial by fire when you were younger, and at least your parents taught you how to fish. Didn't give you
exactly,
fish. Right.
I was very angry at that time, but now I'm really thankful, because if someone throws you in the ocean, even though you don't know how to swim, either you die, or if you survive, you are the best swimmer in the world, I think.
There you go. Right.
Thank you.
I'm just glad I wasn't thrown in the ocean. But all right, let's try to go back now to Orit. Hi, Orit. Are you able to unmute your microphone now? Oh, I think she is going to try to reset her connection. I think she just went out for a bit. All right, we'll go ahead and move right along. Ultra, how are you? How did you get your start in the business?
Hi, I'm great. Hi everyone. My name is Audra. Nice to see everyone today. For me, actually, before I have land on freight forwarding career, I used to like working in others field before. Like nothing is related to logistics. And at that time, every day my life is kind of routine. And every day is the same. So one day I just suddenly feel like I just need something more challenging in my life. And then have someone recommended me that if I want to like challenge myself, why don't you try logistics? So I give it a try. And I start to join the company, and I found out that logistics is like very interesting me. It's kind of keeping my attention, and I am enjoying to connect to others people like from different country, different culture. So yeah, I'm stay to like continue to working on this career since then.
Okay, excellent. Well, we're glad to have you in this industry, and we'll go ahead and ask our last participant, Sunmi Sin.
Hi.
How did you get into this industry?
Hi, can you hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Yes, my name is Sunmi Sin. Like a sun in the sky is me. You can pronounce it as Sunmi, please. Thank you to invite me for this great occasion. Okay. When I was a high school student, my father frequently asked me to help documentation job for his trading business. I really enjoyed volunteering at his company, even small miscellaneous things during my every school vacation period. Fortunately, I was able to learn about global situation quite earlier than other people in similar age group. Thankfully, those good memories and experience led me to this field after growing up. Luckily, I'm still in this industry for 20 years.
Wow, thank you for that. Doesn't seem like it's been 20 years. You all look very very youthful, every one of you. So yeah, thank you for joining us today. Let's go ahead and go to well, let's see. Is Orit back online? Was she able to get back on? If I don't get word from our tech crew, I'll just go ahead and move along. We'll give it a few seconds.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. There you
I'm
are.
so sorry.
Oh, no worries. Just happy to hear your voice. I can't see your box, but I can hear your voice. So yes.
Can you see it now?
I'm not sure if it's pinned right now. That might be one of the texts having to pin you, but there you go. I see you now. All right. So yes, please tell us how you got into the logistics industry, Orit.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to apologize. I don't know what happened. I had to reset my phone, so I missed some of the ladies, but thank you for having me. I guess my history is a little longer. I started in the airline industry when I was going to design school, and I worked for Cargo Airline, Flying Tigers, which doesn't exist anymore, known more like FedEx today, and worked for some passenger airlines, got involved with weight and balance of aircraft and all kinds of facets of the airline industry. My father was also an importer, so I was helping him with his imports. And before I knew it, I decided to stay with the airlines and then got into custom brokerage and opened my business, going back about 30 years now. So.
All right, awesome. So it was somewhat related to what you were already doing, I suppose.
Yes, not interior design, but the airline.
But not the
industry,
interior
yes.
design part. Sure. All right, thanks for that. Okay, we'll move on now to our next question. And we could probably do this maybe voluntarily if you guys want to just raise your hand, unmute yourself on this question, because I have a feeling you guys might have a lot of the same answers for this. But here's question number 2. What are the challenges as a lady in freight forwarding? Okay, sure. Aicha, did I say it right? Yes.
Yeah, you are learning quick. Actually, if you ask me, I don't like to discriminate women and men because we are in a sector and logistics is a difficult sector at all, as a start. But for women, especially, for example, if you are living in a country, in a Muslim country like us, or in a much more conservative country or culture, then you are facing, I think, more difficulties than a European. Because first of all, logistics sector is a living sector, like 7 days, 24 hours. So you cannot say, okay, I'm closing my phone at 8 p.m. So your phone is ringing if you have an operation where you are. You have to answer the phone, and this is affecting your personal life actually. If you have a husband or boyfriend which is out of this sector and cannot understand your working style, working tempo, or what to say, it is difficult for them to accept this. And besides, you are in contact with drivers port personnel, and these are mainly men. And you are just saying them to do something. Okay, put the truck here, because I love port operations and I'm still going to port operations, and or do this, do that. Don't put the crane there. Don't put the handle there. And at that time they said, okay, this blonde lady, should I obey him or hear him? Should I act according to him? And first you get a resistance in our cultures. And then after they see that, okay, you know what you say, what really need to be done, then they started to respect. But it takes time. It takes time if you compare this to genders, let's say.
Mm-hmm. So respect is not assumed. It's something that you have to earn despite you having credentials already, which is kind of, that sucks. Yes, I have to say. Okay, Monica. Sorry, I saw Monica first, but we'll get to you also, Andrea. Monica,
thanks. Sure. In addition to that, and my experience and some of the girls that I know in this industry, it's the need to prove yourself. That's a big challenge, to prove your value to others. And I also come from a little bit more difficult country, that's Peru, where men are more in this industry, of course, but are in most of the industries. And I'm sure that this happens with other industries, but I felt underestimated, not only in my country, because I used to live in Chile, in Singapore, and in Hong Kong. And in 3 of them, I felt the same. I got comments like, who is this lady? That I was in that moment less than 30. So I was 25. So it was like, what is this lady from a third world country under 30? It's talking to me. So at first, of course, as a newcomer, I just crossed the ocean. I didn't know how to handle it. And it's been like, right now, it doesn't affect me at all. But the fact that a woman has to deal with those kind of things, it's really like not nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's really hard. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Andrea. You had your hand up also.
Yeah, it was very related to what Monica was saying, because I also felt the same when I moved to Chile. Actually, in Latin America, countries are mostly, we say machistas. I think that in English is like sexist. So it's like even in the industry, it's more for men, and you're trying to open your path to go through and everything. I don't know if it is the same right now, but when Aisha started to speak about the port thing, when I moved to Chile, I was trying to learn a lot, and there was a lack of mentors because men didn't really want it to see women involved in their environment. Like, I wanted to go to the port and see how was the work of the, unloading the ships and everything, and understand and see how it works. Because I was learning, I was 23, 24, and I was going to start managing a company. So of course I wanted to learn. And at the beginning it was like, no, you cannot go there because that's a place for men. And I was like, why are you saying that? This is my job. I have to understand it. But then I started to realize that actually they didn't even have, by that time, now it's different, but it was very challenging for me because they didn't have any space in the port for, for women to change the clothes, or for if there was an overnight operation, there was not a place for women to stay. And they were like, okay, why are we going to receive women here? And we're going to have to adapt and change the way they work just because a woman is arriving, So that part for me was very challenging. And also, as Monica said, when I was so young, arriving to a different country and trying to, manage people and tell them, hey, we're going to do things in this way and that way because I'm good at management. That's why I'm here. And they were like, who's this girl? Why do we have to follow her? We are older, we have more experience, and she's a woman. And that's something that shouldn't happen. But I really think when I was thinking about this question particularly, I was thinking like, okay, if this is for us where our countries are not that undeveloped, but there are many, many other countries And I have spoken before with other women who came to the networking sessions, you know, to the meetings and network conferences. And a lot of them are really like, wow, what is this? Everybody has the same level of conversation because we treat with the same respect. But they come from different countries where they are not allowed to do the same things we do. They don't have the same voice we do. So even if in our countries we don't have that kind of situation, I am pretty sure that others still have them. In our countries have changed, I think, with the time, thanks God. But there are a lot of women still in our industry and other industries because of the culture of their countries that they cannot really feel themselves in the same position with men.
Right, right. Would anybody else like to chime in on this topic? Yes, Aneta?
I have to agree with my colleagues. So there are two main challenges we have to face. First is gender bias, and it's because freight forwarding, logistics is a male-dominated industry. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, the things are changing, and I'm happy to see more and more women in our industry. The perfect example is independent logistics, when we have more women than men, and I'm very, very proud to have such amazing girl in our team. But yes, it's not easy for us. We have to work harder. We have to prove. We have to work a lot for respect. And it's not only because of our qualification. We have to face some stereotypical problems, like some people think women are weaker. Women cannot understand logistic process. So yes, we have to work much more. The other very important challenge is the work-life balance. It's because logistics required long working hours, deadlines. It's not easy for us because we women, we like to care about our families, our kids, husband, boyfriends. So we want to be perfect. So that's really challenging. But as we can see, we women are multitasking, and we know how to deal with it.
Right, right. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough juggling all of those different things and making it all work and keeping everybody happy professionally and work-life balance, all of that. Yeah, agreed. Anybody else want to chime in on this topic from our panel? Okay, we can move on to our next topic. Our next question is, how can you encourage more ladies to be part of the logistics industry? Let's see, who would like to chime in on this? Orit, if you could just unmute your microphone.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did it work this time?
Yes, it did. It did.
I can't see anything on the screen, so I'm kind of talking to a blank screen, which makes it a little difficult. But,
okay, well, the question is just simply, how can you encourage more ladies to be part of the logistics industry?
I think that it's, you have to have a love for international, different cultures, international freight, and things like that. And it's a very exciting field to go into. I think that women have a lot to offer to the freight industry and can contribute a lot. The ladies on this panel are a perfect example of that. Women are able to collaborate and communicate better. They, I think, concentrate more on sustainability and customer service, and they bring a lot to the table. They process things differently a little bit than men, and that together, if you have a more diverse workforce, I think you can achieve a lot greater accomplishments.
Yeah, I totally agree. A diverse workforce would definitely contribute to better overall output, I would say. Yeah. Anybody else want to oh yes, we've got let's go with Andrea.
Yeah, here I have a list. Actually, I was thinking about this, and actually I think it's very important for us as women to do more to really encourage, because this is a very, very beautiful field. So, and also with a lot of opportunities. We're going to talk about opportunities after this, but it's good to bring more women here. So what I think we should do, and what I try to do actually, is show more of the good opportunities that the logistics have as a field for women. So to increase the visibility of our, leadership in the field, so it will encourage more women to come. And I try to use my position right now, where I am, with 16 years of experience in this industry, and of course a lot of contacts from networking and from the conferences and everything. What I try to do is to offer opportunities to other women who are maybe in my who studied in my university, and then they are still in Colombia and never used their careers like I did, because we studied international business. So what I try to do is to push my friends who have never gone out of Colombia to try to introduce them to other companies and tell them, hey, this industry is big, so you can have a voice, you can go out, you can show the world that we can be leaders outside. So mentoring, using our position to bring opportunities for other women who don't have them because they don't have the same networks, communication that we have, and connections, that's what I meant. And also challenging in our own companies, challenging the negative environment and with the, gender situation, because sometimes it's still there, because some people, we still have in our companies some old people who come with this culture, and it's a little difficult for them, not because they don't like women or anything, but it's a matter of culture. So we have to use our position also inside our own companies to promote, opening their minds and bringing the same level of equality between men and women in the industry. I think those are the steps we should follow.
Right. Yeah, definitely. In long-standing businesses, you have, it's kind of a boys' club for a lot of it, right? But you made a good point that if you show that there are women in leadership positions, you kind of encourage the next generation that, hey, leadership positions are attainable, and it's something that can be achieved, and it's something that you can definitely get yourself out there and make a difference in this industry. So I think that's very encouraging. Aicha, you wanted to say something also?
Yes, actually, maybe the ladies here knows there is an international organization called VISTA, meaning Women in Shipping Industry. And I am a member of this actually, and we are pushing that more women can come into the shipping industry from the educational side. And also this logistic is not only freight forwarding. We are also trying to increase the numbers of women captains, women sea personnel, because these are even much more man-dominated sectors in the shipping industry. But now the number of women which are coming and getting educated for that is increasing in Turkey. So this is, I think this is a positive improvement in for the sector, because whatever woman touches gets much more beautiful. And the second thing is, for example, I am trying to hire much more women in my company. For example, if for the freight forwarding part, I think I have 10 women and 3 men in my own office, in my Istanbul office, only working for freight forwarding. I am trying to increase the number of women in my company. So this is how I can try and help our sector to get much more womanized.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on this particular topic? Okay, Sunmi.
The first of all, I'd be better to be a great role model for the next generation. And I already wanted to show them that women can also succeed as professionals with important roles in each group, region, and country. So I try to share my footsteps and experiences with young generations in mentoring program or the career mentoring schools. So I get proud when I see these young people who I touched in school and get a good position in school. I feel really proud.
Right. Being a good mentor. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I should influence to young generation. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sunmi. All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, let's go ahead and so we talked about a little bit about the challenges of being a lady in this industry, but what are the advantages of being a lady in this industry, if there are any? Does anybody have any they would like to share? Sure, Aneta.
So I think we are very lucky to be part of the logistic industry. First of all, every day is different. Different customers, different shipment, different challenges. We never stop learning, and we learn how to be creative and find the best solution for our customers. Another advantage, it's competitive pay and independence. We can travel a lot, meeting different people from different culture, traveling around the world, and be in daily contact with friends, with logistic friends around the world, which makes the work really interesting. What I really think it's a very safe job, because logistic, freight forwarding, it will be always very important part of the economy. So we always will be needed in this field. So yes, it's very interesting, and I like the action, and that every day is different.
Okay, thank you for your input on that. Anybody else want to talk about advantages? Monica. You can just unmute your microphone.
It's true. That's true. That's true. It's 3 a.m. Come on.
It's all good.
The advantage, especially to just being a woman, I believe that, as we mentioned, it's a male industry. And I believe that women incorporate a new perspective, because as we are a minority, it's always new and fresh ideas. And our abilities to do multitasking, to organize, our empathy skills. I believe that we're able to surprise more than one person with our way to solve problems and approach them. So I think that as women, we have a lot of power to just be able to get into this difficult man's world and be able to just show our abilities. So
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, you're going to bring a different side of the dynamic to the industry that wasn't there before, and I think that'll definitely rejuvenate the industry for the better. You know, you're talking about things like empathy and multitasking, all things that men aren't generally super great at, but women definitely are more they have more traits along those lines. All right, let's
yes,
go.
for sure. Like men and women, I believe that is the same, of course, but we have certain things that are a little bit how I can say it, we have a little bit more developed than others. That's why we complement each other. It's not that one is better, it's just complement.
Right, it's just different, like just the way our brains are wired, I think, from a biological standpoint. So attacking the industry from all angles is always better, I'd say. All right. Anybody else want to chime in on this, on the advantages? Yes, Orit, do you have something to add?
I just wanted to add that we were talking about the challenges that women face and to get into the industry. But I think that once we prove ourselves and we are in the industry, I found that it's easier for us, maybe because we're the minority, to stand out and to show that, prove that we can do it, that we communicate effectively, that we're more detail oriented, that we are more patient with problem solving and try to think a little bit outside of the box. And like you say, we're wired differently. And that is an advantage in this industry, especially while we're still the minority. Of course, in my office, we're basically all women. So we've been a women's owned company for many years. And I think that it's helped us to be successful. And because we stand out a little more, you know?
Sure. Okay, great. So I guess that kind of goes into our final question, to our final question of the day, although for some reason we still have the third question on here. The fifth question is, do you think it makes sense to organize a ladies only forwarding network? What do you guys think about that? Would that be a good idea? Anybody want to chime in? Who would like to chime in on this? Okay, everybody. All right, Andrea, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm not sure about the only ladies, but I'd say that maybe it's similar to what Aisha was sharing with us about the Vista thing. It's like, I mean, I see it as a good opportunity to find other people with the same interests you have. So the difference is that between women, I understand I don't want to go to a conference where I only want to meet women because doing business with women is better than with men. But we do have networks where we go only to meet people from Latin America because my market is Latin America. I go to networks because I want to meet, specialize in project cargo because I want to meet agents focused on that part. So maybe in this case, what we're trying to do is, what we would try to do if there was a forwarding network only for ladies, is try to encourage other women, is try to understand each other in the same way, because obviously, as we were saying, we are different with men. And there are a lot of things that are, when organizers for networks are putting the activities and the timing and the things, they do it like in general, and there are a lot of things that we actually biologically cannot really do in the same way. I don't know if it is, I think this question is a little tricky because there are a lot of people who can say no, because there is only one industry and we shouldn't make a difference. But I see it as a good opportunity to meet other people who have been challenged in the same way I was challenged to get in the point where I am, and also to meet other women who need more support to move forward because they are starting, for example. Right. That's one thing. And the other thing is also because when we are in a conference, sometimes we need to speak with people who really understand everything we go through. How difficult it is for us, for example, all the challenges we mentioned, but how difficult it is for us, for example, to keep our personal lives and also traveling at the same time, and also keep our business going, and also stand out, as Orit said. So everything in the same time is not the same for women than for men. And maybe speaking with other women who are going through the same can help us a lot through to maybe do it faster, easier for our lives. That's what I think. So I kind of like the idea. I didn't go for only talking with women, but maybe it's a good opportunity to encourage other women to move forward and support each other.
Right, right. It's not like that business is divided, women only in this industry per se, right? Because it's not like, there's like the Amazonian women's country or something where it's all women. It's all, you have to deal with men and women. But I think you made a good point about, shepherding maybe women who are new into the industry and kind of like maybe helping them, but at the same time, kind of showing them the ropes by showing how you deal with other colleagues and clients and things like that, to kind of just kind of show that women
I
are
just
looking
think
after
that-
women, right?
Yeah, and the objective would be different. It's not, I think it depends on the way it is presented,
Right.
like not a conference or not a network to go and do business only with women, because at the end there is no company who is interested in only working with women. Maybe I have a lot of friends who have their companies only with women for some casualty maybe, or because they want it or they like it, but at the end they have customers and suppliers and business partners who are men. So it's illogical to think that we can actually work only with women. So it doesn't make any sense, to be honest. But having a network of only ladies, I think the objective should then be to do business only with women. But other objectives around it, it could work, and it'll be useful, actually. That's what I think.
Right. Business with everyone, but maybe some support from other women, perhaps. Maybe. What about you, Monica? You had something to say about this? What are your opinions?
I believe that maybe not a network, but definitely events or cocktails. Like, for example, I've been to another network that they had like a type of mini cocktail with people that were under 35. So it was interesting because there's new people that come with new perspective of ideas. They're new in this industry. So they come with fresh ideas, not only because of the industry, it's also to just make the network more interesting. So other people younger will also get involved. And I believe this is something that can happen also with women, to just have in the same event, to just have like 2 hours cocktail, 3 hours cocktail with only women, to just share experiences, open up, because of course you're not going to open up the same between women and just like men and women. You will talk on other topics. Women like to just over talk, and there are different topics that we want to mention that maybe we just sip it because we're with men. That's true. So I will believe that maybe a cocktail for a couple of hours, be able to talk with other women, do what Andrea says, that is to encourage other women, help when you are new in the industry, to just like, hey, I will guide you whatever you need, because you have doubts, things happen. It's challenging because it's a man's world, and sometimes, and we have to be honest, sometimes for certain men, not all men for sure, but for certain men, you are less than a woman. And of course, first, you not have to take it personally. And second, you have to just deal with it and try to teach them that things are not like that. So when you are young and where you're new, you don't know how to handle the things. So I believe that it will be nice to just have this type of reunion with women that can support each other.
Okay. Thank you, Monica. Anybody else? Aneta, do you have something to say?
Yes, in my opinion, this events make sense because we women, we can create a wonderful atmosphere, and it's all about support each other. Younger women need mentoring, and if they can find it in such a kind of network, why not? It's yeah, it's all about support women. And if some woman feels better with women only, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, great. All right. So I guess more on the line of events is what I'm hearing here, and that way to kind of build connections in that sense. But again, business with everybody. Aicha, do you have anything to add here?
Actually, I'm 100% agree with Andrea, my friend. I think we should not discriminate the sector. But even though I think whatever happens, we are finding each other and supporting each other under every umbrella. We don't need any special different network. But like Monica says, different organizations is also very useful, I think. I don't have anything additional to add here.
All right.
Thank
all right.
you.
You're welcome. Last two, Sunmi, Ort. I think we lost Ultra. I don't know if she was able to log back in, but do you guys have anything to add on this last question? Sure. Yes, go ahead, Ort.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that, yes, I agree with the ladies that spoke. They spoke very well. And I do think that that a good start would be some events together. You can do the event within an event, like, like Monica suggested. I know that there are a lot of times that you have like football games and golfing, and it's usually the guys that go and do it. I think it would be nice to consider something for the ladies to do. Whether it's a cocktail or whether it's a day in the spa or whether it's something related that can bond the women. And I know that yes, it would be great to help the younger ladies that are getting into the field and to answer questions and give them suggestions from our experience, at least the ones that are older in the group and can share experiences from the past. And that's about it. I mean, I think that there were good suggestions brought up.
All right. Sunmi, you have anything to add?
Actually, everybody gave a really good idea. Actually, for me, I think there is no reason to view this as nonsense. I think this one related with the question number 3. If we open this, we can encourage more ladies to this part. Also, I think it is just one of the categories. Like we have many networks like Air Cargo Alliance and Marine Cargo Group, like that. I think it can be just one of the categories for the group.
Yeah, there's definitely different groups, different specializations, and so
yes.
we think a women's specialization could also be fruitful, especially maybe in industries that are really more women experts. Like
yes,
not entirely sure what those would be, but yeah, I can see your point there. Ultra, haven't heard much from you. I lost you there for a second. Maybe you can add a little bit for this last question. Do you think it makes sense to organize a ladies only forwarding network?
Yes, actually, I think it makes sense. Because I think the ladies like having a special connection to each other. So I think it's easy for like a ladies to get along together. And I think sometimes when we have to go to the conference in the different country, right? Maybe it's normal for a new woman, like new in this industry, to feel like insecure when they have to go to like unfamiliar place. So I think the network can make us like feel more safe is people around us is a lady. So I think it's a really great idea.
Okay. All right, thanks. And so before we end our panel discussion today, I'd like to offer the opportunity for everyone on our panel to introduce their company to our worldwide audience here today. So we'll go ahead and give the spotlight. We'll do this one by one. Let's go with Andrea.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so for you guys to know, I work in TAV Logistics. We have offices in Mexico. It's our headquarters in Monterrey. Also an office in Mexico City, where I am the branch manager, and also an office in Guadalajara. We recently opened our own office in Chile, taking advantage of my experience there, because I managed a company for over 10 years. So now we have TAVI Mexico and TAVI Chile. We are very focused in inland transport between United States and Mexico. That's how the company started. So it makes very easy for us to handle all the DAP, DDP shipments for you guys. And lately, a lot of project cargo. So happy about it too. And whatever we can do for you guys, here we are at your service, part of TFS for over, I think, 12 years already or something like that, or maybe a little less, maybe 10 years or something. So yeah, that's you can contact me for anything in Chile or Mexico. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Monica.
Hi, well, I am located in Peru. I'm the overseas network manager of IFS. We have 2 offices in Peru. We're all located in Peru. I know that there is all IFS around. We are in Callao and in Lima. We have 2 offices with 100 people. We do, as everyone, sea freight, air freight. We're very good at reefer cargo. That's like our biggest, like strongest thing that we have. We are happy to support you in any way, shape, or form we can do. We have 23 years in the market with a lot of people with a lot of experience, 20 people in sales, so it's very aggressive. So whatever you just need, I'm here to support you.
All right, thanks so much. Aneta.
Independent Logistic Poland. We have offices in Gdańsk, Gdynia, and Warsaw. Ocean freight, air freight, road freight, railway, especially from China to Poland, warehousing, and project cargo. Whatever you need, we will be very happy to assist you.
All right, thanks. Aicha.
Sorry, I am from SeaWorld Shipping. I am the manager of the company, and we are located in Istanbul and in Izmir. We are a part of a group companies, and we are in ship agency, port agency, freight forwarding, container sales, container leasing. So we are active as a group of companies, and not only as freight forwarding, and also in many parts of logistics sector. Beside what we are as freight forwarding is specialized is sea freight, air freight, of course, but especially reefer traffic, cross shipments from Europe to CIS countries, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, or a little bit forbidden areas. We are the gateway for these shipments also. And we are also in project shipments, because we are the agent of AAL line as Navitrans. So we have our own port staff for oversize and project handling. So whatever you need actually from Turkey or via Turkey, we are here to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Sunmi. If you could just unmute your microphone, please.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Sunmi, the branch manager of KPL Vietnam office. KPL have head office in Indonesia, Jakarta, and we have a branch office in Semarang, Ho Chi Minh, and Hanoi. I'm currently stay in Ho Chi Minh City and managing all the business of Vietnam regions. And KPL is developing steadily and continuing to grow our business all over the world. So, maybe our business scope very similar with others. If you have any inquiries and questions, you can contact me anytime with no hesitations. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sunmi. All right, let's go to Orit.
So we have 2 companies. We're in New York. International Logistics Express is customs brokers and air freight forwarders. And ILE Global is an NVOCC FMC license. Between the 2 companies, we have all the licenses in-house and can handle any cargo within the US. We specialize in food products, electronics, We bring in a lot of commodities. We do artwork. And the rest of it is, I guess, like everybody else, we handle all commodities. But one of our specialties is imports of sugar and rice and, like I said, commodities. We're here to support everybody in whatever they need. We've been around for 30 years and hopefully be around for at least 30 more.
All right, I'm sure you will be. All right, Ultra, let's end with you.
Yes, Sonic Interface is located in Thailand. We have 3 branches, which one of our branch is inside Suvarnabhumi Airport, which we can solve a problem very fast. Our company is serve like one-stop service. We have air freight, sea freight, custom clearance, warehousing, trucking. We have our own truck and our own warehouse. And also we can do a cross-border. And we have like more than 28 years of experience in freight forwarding. So our company can be said like one of the biggest freight forwarding in Thailand. So if you need any assistance in Thailand, please feel free to contact me and our team.
All right. Thank you, Ultra. And thank you, all of you lovely ladies, for letting me host your panel discussion today. It was my honor. So yes, thank you very much for your contribution to RW Solutions 11th panel discussion. Andrea, Monica, Aneta, Orit, Aicha, Ultra, and Sunmi, we really appreciate you making the time for us. And we know you guys were up pretty late where you are. So thank you for joining us. And we also want to thank everybody else who attended today's panel discussion as well. Please be advised that our next panel discussion is scheduled for June 28, 2023. Our next topic will be forwarding technologies. All right, if you do have the chance, please do visit our RW website where all our networks are showcased. You might be interested to be joining one of our networks moving forward, where we promote partnership networking amongst freight forwarders. Thank you for your attention, ladies. We also have an exciting announcement to make. We are launching Magenta Logistics Network in March 2024 in Da Nang, Vietnam. This network is exclusively for female owners and top executives of freight forwarding companies who are looking for opportunities to grow and network with like-minded professionals. Our launch event will be co-located with CLN, Combined Logistics Networks, which means that while the face-to-face meetings will be exclusive to our members, the social events will be combined to offer even more networking value. This gives you the chance to connect with a wider community of logistics professionals while also enjoying the benefits of a female-only network. By becoming a member of Magenta Logistics Network, you'll have access to a supportive community of female professionals who understand the unique challenges faced by women in the logistics industry. Our network will provide you with opportunities for professional growth, networking, and collaboration. Don't miss out on this chance to connect with fellow female business owners and high-level executives in the logistics industry. Register now to be a part of our launch event in March 2024 in Da Nang, Vietnam, and take your business to the next level. Thank you for considering Magenta Logistics Network, and we look forward to seeing you all in Da Nang. We've also left you guys a poll for today's panel discussion. If you could please take a couple of minutes to fill it up, it'll be very helpful for us to improve our panel discussions moving forward. Once again, my name is Don Puno. Thank you everyone for joining today, and have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are. Thanks and goodbye.